Hello and welcome to the Mindful Zone. I'm so glad you're here today. Whether you've stumbled upon this channel by chance or have been searching for ways to bring more peace and clarity into your life, you've come to the right place. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has the power to transform not just how you see yourself, but also how you navigate the world around you, trusting yourself through Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness. Let's take a moment together before we begin. Pause, breathe in deeply, and exhale slowly. Feel your body settling into this space. Let go of any tension you might be holding on to, whether it's from work, relationships, or simply the busyness of life. You don't need to do anything right now except be here, present with me. In our fast-paced, often chaotic modern lives, many of us struggle with self-doubt. We second-guess our decisions, question our worth, and look outside ourselves for validation. But what if I told you that everything you need to trust yourself already exists within you? That the wisdom to navigate challenges, find joy, and live authentically is accessible at any moment? This is where Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness come in. These ancient practices aren't about escaping reality, they're about embracing it fully with all its beauty and imperfections. They teach us how to connect with our innermost selves, quiet the noise of external pressures, and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity that stays with us no matter what life throws our way. Buddhism offers timeless insight into human suffering and how to overcome it, not by avoiding pain, but by understanding its roots and transforming our relationship with it. Meditation provides practical tools to train the mind, helping us become less reactive and more grounded. And mindfulness invites us to savor each moment, even the mundane ones, with curiosity and compassion. Together, these practices form a powerful foundation for learning to trust yourself and live with greater ease. Throughout this video, we'll explore 10 key chapters designed to guide you step by step. We'll start by unpacking what it truly means to trust yourself and why it can feel so challenging. Then we'll delve into the core teachings of Buddhism, introduce simple yet profound meditation techniques, and show you how to weave mindfulness into your everyday life. Along the way, we'll discuss topics like compassion, resilience, and finding joy in simplicity, all while keeping things warm, accessible, and relatable. Whether you're completely new to these ideas or looking to deepen your existing practice, there's something here for everyone. My goal is to create a space where you feel supported and inspired to embark on this journey of self-discovery. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's begin exploring how Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness can help you trust yourself more deeply and ultimately lead a happier, more fulfilling life. Chapter 1. What does it mean to trust yourself? To trust yourself is one of the most empowering acts you can undertake. Yet for many of us, it feels elusive. Why is that? To answer this question, we must first understand what it truly means to trust yourself. At its essence, self-trust involves listening to your intuition, honoring your values, and respecting your needs without constantly seeking external approval. Sounds simple, but in practice, it's far from easy. Think about it. From a young age, we're taught to conform, to follow rules, meet expectations, and seek validation from others. While these lessons may serve a purpose early in life, they can also leave us disconnected from our authentic selves. Over time, we begin to doubt our instincts, suppress our desires, and prioritize pleasing others over staying true to who we are. This disconnection creates a gap between who we think we should be and who we genuinely are, a gap that fuels anxiety, stress, and dissatisfaction. But here's the good news. You can bridge that gap, and Buddhism offers a beautiful framework for doing so. In Buddhist philosophy, every individual possesses Buddha nature and an inherent potential for awakening and enlightenment. This doesn't mean you need to strive for some lofty spiritual ideal. It means recognizing that you already carry within you the seeds of wisdom, compassion, and strength. Your task is simply to nurture them. So how do you begin nurturing your inner trust? Start by acknowledging where you currently struggle. Are there areas of your life where you habitually second-guess yourself? Perhaps making decisions, setting boundaries, or pursuing your dreams. Take a moment now to reflect. Ask yourself, do I doubt myself not often? What stories am I telling myself that reinforce doubt? Now, imagine speaking to yourself with kindness instead of criticism. For example, if you tend to hesitate making choices, remind yourself that certainty is natural. No decision comes with absolute guarantees, and that's okay. Trust isn't about having all the answers, it's about moving forward despite the unknowns. Another crucial aspect of self-trust is aligning your actions with your values. Ask yourself, what matters most to me? Is it honesty, creativity, connection, or something else entirely? Once you identify your core values, use them as a compass. When faced with a dilemma, consider which option is most aligned with who you are and what you stand for. Of course, building self-trust takes time. It requires patience, consistency, and a willing to embrace vulnerability. There will be moments when you falter, when old patterns resurface, or when fear whispers louder than your intuition. That's part of the process. The key is not to give up, to gently redirect your focus at what you know to be true for you. Mindfulness plays a vital role in this journey by cultivating awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You gain insight into the habits and beliefs that undermine your confidence. For instance, you might notice recurring negative self-talk or a tendency to compare yourself to others. Simply becoming aware of these patterns is the first step to changing them. Meditation complements mindfulness by stretching your mind to stay present and centered. Through regular practice, you develop the ability to observe your thoughts without being swept away by them. This mental clarity strengthens your capacity to make decisions based on wisdom rather than reactivity. Ultimately, trusting yourself is about reclaiming your power. It's about realizing that you are the expert of your own life, that no one else knows what best fits for you better than you do. Yes, guidance from teachers, mentors, and loved ones can be invaluable, but at the end of the day, only you decide what resonates with your heart and soul. Let's explore this idea further. Think about a time when you trusted yourself completely, when you listened to your gut, followed your heart, took a leap of faith despite uncertainty. How did it feel? Chances are, even if the outcome wasn't perfect, you felt a sense of pride and empowerment. That's because trusting yourself isn't just about getting results. It's about honoring your inner voice and taking ownership of your choices. On the flip side, think about a time you doubted yourself, when you let fear or external opinions dictate your actions. How did that feel? Likely it left you feeling drained, frustrated, regretful. This contrasting experience highlights the importance of self-trust. When you trust yourself, you step into your power. When you don't, you give that power away. Building self-trust also involves embracing imperfection. None of us have the answers, and none of us gets it right every time. Buddhism teaches us that imperfection is part of the human condition. Suffering arises not from flaws, but from our resistance to them. By accepting ourselves as we are, with all our strengths and weaknesses, we create space for growth and transformation. This acceptance is closely tied to mindfulness. Mindfulness invites us to meet ourselves with curiosity and compassion. Instead of judging ourselves harshly for our mistakes, we learn to see them as opportunities for learning. Every misstep, every failure carries a lesson. The more we lean into this perspective, the easier it becomes to trust ourselves, even when things don't go as planned. Another powerful way to build self-trust is through small, consistent actions. Start with something manageable, like committing to a daily meditation practice, or setting aside 5 minutes each morning to journal. As you follow through on these commitments, you prove to yourself that you're reliable. Over time, This sense of reliability extends beyond specific tasks and seeps into other areas of your life. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support your journey towards self-trust. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities that encourage you to be authentic and celebrate your unique qualities. Conversely, distance yourself from those who undermine your confidence or try to mold you into someone you're not. Finally, remember that self-trust is not a destination, it's an ongoing process. Life is constantly changing, so are you. What feels true today may evolve tomorrow, and that's perfectly okay. The goal isn't to arrive at some fixed state of certainty, but to cultivate a flexible, open-hearted relationship with yourself. As we move deeper into this video, keep this idea close to you. You are capable, you are wise, and you are worthy of trust. With the tools of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, you'll learn how to tap into your innate potential and live with authenticity and confidence. Let's continue exploring this path together. Chapter 2: The Foundations of Buddhism. To truly understand how Buddhism can help us trust ourselves, we must first explore its foundational teachings. These teachings are not just abstract philosophies, they're practical tools for navigating life with clarity, compassion, and wisdom. At the heart of Buddhism lies a profound understanding of human suffering and the path to liberation from it. This path begins with the Four Noble Truths and expands into the Eightfold Path, both of which offer timeless guidance for cultivating self-trust and inner peace. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, or dukkha. In Buddhism, suffering isn't just about physical pain or emotional distress. It's a deeper recognition that life is inherently imperfect and unpredictable. We all experience loss, change, and dissatisfaction at some point. But instead of seeing this as a reason for despair, Buddhism invites us to acknowledge suffering as a natural part of existence. By doing so, we stop resisting what is and open ourselves to the possibility of transformation. When you trust yourself, you learn to face life's challenges with equanimity rather than avoidance. You realize that discomfort is temporary and that you have the strength to endure it. The second noble truth points to the cause of suffering: craving, attachment, and ignorance. Much of our unhappiness stems from clinging to things we believe will bring us happiness, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even certain outcomes. But these attachments often lead to disappointment because everything in life is impermanent. Buddhism teaches us to examine our cravings and attachments with honesty and curiosity. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to too tightly? Where am I seeking validation or security outside myself? By letting go of these attachments, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and create space to trust our own inner resources. The third noble truth offers hope. There is a way to end suffering. This cessation of suffering is called nirvana, a state of liberation and freedom from the cycle of craving and aversion. While nirvana may sound like an unattainable goal, it's really about finding peace in the present moment. It's about releasing the need to control everything and trusting that you can handle whatever arises. Each time you practice mindfulness or meditation, you take a step closer to this state of ease and contentment. You begin to see that true happiness comes not from external conditions, but from within. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to ending suffering, the Eightfold Path. This path is often depicted as a wheel with 8 spokes, each representing a different aspect of ethical living, mental discipline, and wisdom. Let's break it down. The first 2 aspects of the Eightfold Path are right view and right intention. Right view means seeing reality clearly without distortion. It's about understanding the nature of suffering, impermanence, and interconnectedness. When you cultivate right view, you stop blaming yourself or others for life's difficulties and instead see them as opportunities for growth. Right intention refers to your motivations and aspirations. Are you acting out of kindness, compassion, and a desire for truth? Or are you driven by greed, anger, or ignorance? Aligning your intentions with your highest values builds a strong foundation for self-trust. Next come right speech, right action, and right livelihood, which focus on ethical conduct. Right speech encourages us to communicate with honesty, kindness, and mindfulness. Words have power, they can heal or harm, and when you speak with integrity, you reinforce your trust in yourself. Right action involves behaving in ways that are non-harmful and aligned with your values. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and their impact on others. Right livelihood asks us to consider whether our work contributes positively to the world. Together, these practices help you live authentically and build confidence in your ability to make wise choices. The final three aspects of the Eightfold Path are right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Right effort is about cultivating wholesome qualities like patience, generosity, and resilience, while letting go of unwholesome ones like jealousy, hatred, or laziness. It's a reminder that growth requires effort, but not perfection. Right mindfulness invites us to stay present with whatever arises, whether pleasant or unpleasant. Through mindfulness, we develop a deep awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. This awareness allows us to respond skillfully rather than react impulsively. Finally, right concentration refers to the practice of meditation, where we train the mind to focus and remain steady. With consistent practice, meditation sharpens our ability to trust ourselves in challenging situations. Now let's talk about impermanence, one of the central teachings of Buddhism. Everything in life is transient. Our thoughts, emotions, relationships, even our very existence. While this might seem unsettling at first, impermanence is actually a source of freedom. When we accept that nothing lasts forever, we stop clinging to things and start appreciating them more fully. We also become less afraid of change because we know it's inevitable. Trusting yourself means embracing impermanence and finding stability within the ever-changing flow of life. Another key concept in Buddhism is interdependence, or the idea that all beings are connected. Your actions affect others just as their actions affect you. Recognizing this interconnectedness fosters a sense of responsibility and compassion, not only toward others but also toward yourself. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, you contribute to a ripple effect of positivity. Conversely, when you neglect your well-being, you diminish your capacity to care for others. Self-trust, then, is not selfish. It's essential for creating harmony in your relationships and the world around you. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean indifference. It means engaging with life fully while remaining unattached to specific outcomes. For example, you can pursue a goal with passion and dedication without becoming consumed by the need for success. This mindset reduces anxiety and increases your ability to adapt to whatever happens. Trusting yourself means knowing that you'll be okay, regardless of the result. Compassion plays a vital role in Buddhist practice and in building self-trust. Compassion isn't just about being kind to others, it's also about extending kindness to yourself. Many of us are quick to criticize ourselves for mistakes or perceived shortcomings, but Buddhism teaches us to meet ourselves with gentleness and understanding. When you practice self-compassion, you strengthen your ability to trust yourself because you no longer fear failure or rejection. You know that you'll always be there for yourself, no matter what. Finally, let's touch on the idea of awakening or enlightenment. In Buddhism, enlightenment isn't reserved for monks or spiritual gurus. It's available to everyone. It's simply the realization of your true nature, free from delusion and ego-driven fears. Awakening is a gradual process marked by moments of insight and clarity. Every time you meditate, reflect, or act with mindfulness, you move closer to this awakened state. Trusting yourself is deeply tied to this journey because it requires faith in your innate potential for growth and transformation. As you integrate these teachings into your life, remember that Buddhism is not about achieving some distant ideal. It's about meeting yourself exactly where you are, with openness, curiosity, and compassion. The practices of meditation and mindfulness provide practical ways to embody these principles in your daily life. They teach you how to observe your thoughts without judgment, connect with your body and breath, and stay grounded in the present moment. Over time, these practices deepen your self-awareness and reinforce your ability to trust yourself. In summary, the foundations of Buddhism offer a roadmap for living with greater authenticity, resilience, and peace. By understanding the nature of suffering, embracing impermanence, and practicing mindfulness and compassion, you lay the groundwork for unwavering self-trust. As we continue exploring the connections between Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, keep these teachings in mind. They will serve as guiding lights on your journey toward greater confidence and well-being. Chapter 3: Getting Started with Meditation. Meditation is often seen as a mysterious or intimidating practice, but in reality it's one of the simplest and most accessible tools for cultivating self-trust, clarity, and inner peace. At its core, meditation is about training your mind to be present, to observe your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. It's not about achieving some perfect state of calm or enlightenment. It's about showing up consistently and allowing yourself to sit with whatever arises. Over time, this practice builds resilience, deepens self-awareness, and strengthens your ability to trust yourself. To begin, let's demystify meditation. Many people assume that meditating means stopping all thoughts or entering a trance-like state. In truth, meditation is less about controlling your mind and more about observing it. Your mind will wander, that's what minds do. But the act of gently bringing your attention back to the present moment is where the magic happens. Each time you return to your focus point, whether it's your breath, a mantra, or a visual object, you're strengthening your mental muscles, much like lifting weights at the gym. This repetition builds discipline and fosters a sense of trust in your ability to stay grounded, even amidst chaos. So, how do you get started? The first step is to create a comfortable space for your practice. You don't need anything elaborate. A quiet corner of your home, a cushion to sit on, and a few minutes of uninterrupted time are enough. Find a posture that feels stable yet relaxed. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, kneel, or even sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. The key is to keep your spine straight but not rigid, allowing your body to feel supported while remaining alert. Rest your hands lightly on your lap or knees and soften your gaze or close your eyes if that feels right for you. Once you're settled, turn your attention to your breath. The breath is one of the most common anchors in meditation because it's always with you, no matter where you are or what's happening around you. Begin by noticing the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils. Feel the coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. Notice how your chest expands and contracts, how your belly rises and falls. Don't try to change your breathing, just observe it as it naturally occurs. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, acknowledge the distraction without judgment and gently guide your focus back to your breath. For beginners, starting small is crucial. Aim for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It may not seem like much, but even this short amount of time can have a profound impact on your mental well-being. As you become more comfortable with the practice, you can gradually increase the duration. Consistency matters far more than length. Meditating for 5 minutes every day is far more beneficial than meditating for an hour once a week. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts in your mindset. You'll feel calmer, more focused, and better equipped to handle stress. One common misconception about meditation is that it's supposed to make you feel blissful or euphoric. While some sessions may bring moments of joy or relaxation, others might feel challenging or frustrating. That's perfectly normal. Meditation isn't about chasing pleasant experiences. It's about developing a relationship with your mind, including its discomforts and distractions. When difficult emotions arise during meditation, whether it's anxiety, sadness, or impatience, resist the urge to push them away. Instead, treat them with curiosity and compassion. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where do I notice this sensation in my body? By acknowledging these feelings without judgment, you create space for healing and growth. Another powerful aspect of meditation is its ability to reveal patterns in your thinking. Through regular practice, you'll start to notice recurring thoughts or beliefs that shape your behavior. For example, you might realize how often you criticize yourself or dwell on worst-case scenarios. These insights can be uncomfortable, but they're also incredibly valuable. Once you become aware of these patterns, you can begin to challenge them and replace them with healthier alternatives. This process takes time, but it's a cornerstone of building self-trust. When you understand your thought processes, you gain greater control over your reactions and decisions. There are many different types of meditation, each offering unique benefits. One popular technique is mindfulness meditation, which involves focusing on the present moment and observing your thoughts and sensations without attachment. Another is loving kindness meditation, where you cultivate feelings of compassion and goodwill toward yourself and others. Guided meditations led by a teacher or audio recording can also be helpful for beginners who prefer structure and support. Experiment with different styles to see what resonates most with you. There's no right way to meditate. The best method is the one that keeps coming back to your practice. Breath-focused meditation, as mentioned earlier, is an excellent starting point because it's simple and versatile. However, you can expand your practice by incorporating other elements. Body scan meditation, for instance, involves systematically bringing awareness to different parts of your body, from your toes to the crown of your head. This practice helps release physical tension and fosters a deeper connection between your mind and body. Walking meditation is another option, especially if sitting still feels challenging. Simply walk slowly and deliberately, paying attention to the movement of your feet, the rhythm of your steps, and the sensations in your legs. Even everyday activities like washing dishes or brushing your teeth can become opportunities for mindfulness if done with intention. As you deepen your meditation practice, you may encounter resistance, both internal and external. Internally, you might struggle with restlessness, boredom, or frustration. Externally, life's demands can make it hard to carve out time for meditation. When this happens, remind yourself why you started. Reflect on the benefits you've already experienced, no matter how small they may seem. Perhaps you've noticed improved focus, reduced stress, or a greater sense of calm. Let these reminders motivate you to keep going, even when it feels difficult. It's also important to approach meditation with realistic expectations. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. Just as a plant needs water, sunlight, and care to grow, your mind requires consistent nurturing to flourish. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. Every session counts, whether it feels profound or mundane. Trust that the cumulative effects of your practice will ripple outward into your daily life. Speaking of daily life, meditation isn't meant to exist in isolation. Its true power lies in how it influences your interactions, choices, and overall perspective. When you meditate regularly, you develop qualities like patience, empathy, and resilience, which enhance your relationships and decision-making abilities. You learn to pause before reacting impulsively, giving yourself the space to respond thoughtfully instead. This newfound clarity reinforces your self-trust as you begin to rely on your inner wisdom rather than external validation. Let's talk briefly about posture and its role in meditation. While comfort is key, maintaining good alignment is equally important. Slouching can lead to discomfort or drowsiness, while excessive tension can create unnecessary strain. Find a balance that works for you. If sitting upright feels too challenging, leaning against a wall or lying down is perfectly acceptable. Just be mindful of the tendency to fall asleep. Some people find it helpful to use props like cushions or blankets to support their bodies. Remember, the goal is to create a stable foundation so your mind can settle. Another practical tip is to establish a routine. Meditating at the same time each day can help solidify the habit. Many people prefer mornings as it sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. Others find evenings more conducive, using meditation as a way to unwind and reflect. Choose a time that aligns with your schedule and energy levels. If life gets busy, don't worry. Even squeezing in a quick session during lunch or before bed is better than skipping it altogether. Finally, let's address the idea of progress in meditation. Unlike traditional goals such as running faster or learning a new skill, progress in meditation isn't always linear or measurable. Sometimes you'll feel like you're moving backward, only to discover later that those challenging sessions were pivotal moments of growth. Trust the process and trust yourself. Know that every breath you take, every moment you spend observing your mind is contributing to your evolution. In summary, meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating self-trust and navigating life with greater ease. By creating a dedicated space, focusing on your breath, and committing to consistent practice, you lay the groundwork for profound transformation. Whether you choose mindfulness, loving kindness, or another style, remember that the journey is personal and ongoing. Embrace the ups and downs and allow yourself to grow at your own pace. As we move forward in this video, keep these principles in mind. They will serve as a foundation for integrating mindfulness and Buddhist teachings into your daily life. Chapter 4. Mindfulness in Everyday Life. Mindfulness is one of the most transformative practices you can bring into your daily life, and it's far more accessible than many people realize. While meditation provides a structured way to cultivate mindfulness, the beauty of this practice lies in its adaptability. It can be woven seamlessly into the fabric of your everyday activities. Mindfulness isn't about adding another task to your to-do list. It's about shifting how you engage with the moment that already make up your day. By doing so, you create opportunities to connect more deeply with yourself, reduce stress, and build trust in your ability to navigate life with presence and intention. At its core, mindfulness is the practice of paying attention on purpose in the present moment and without judgment. It's about noticing what's happening right now, whether it's the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the taste of your morning coffee, or the emotions arising during a conversation. When you approach life mindfully, you stop rushing through experiences and start savoring them. The shift not only enhances your well-being, but also strengthens your self-trust by grounding you in reality rather than being swept away by worries about the future or regrets about the past. Let's begin by exploring how mindfulness works in practical terms. Imagine washing dishes, a task many people view as mundane or even tedious. Instead of rushing through it while thinking about your next meeting or scrolling through your phone, try bringing your full attention to the experience. Feel the warmth of the water on your hands. Notice the texture of the soap bubbles. Listen to the sound of plates clinking together. By immersing yourself in the activity, you transform an ordinary chore into a moment of calm and connection. This simple act trains your mind to stay present and teaches you that joy can be found in the smallest details of life. The same principle applies to eating. How often do we consume meals while distracted, scrolling through social media, watching TV, or multitasking at work? Mindful eating invites us to slow down and truly savor our food. Before taking your first bite, take a moment to appreciate the colors, textures, and aromas on your plate. As you eat, chew slowly and notice the flavors unfolding in your mouth. Pay attention to how your body feels as you nourish it. This practice not only improves digestion, but also helps you tune into your hunger and fullness cues, fostering a healthier relationship with food and yourself. Walking is another opportunity to practice mindfulness. Whether you're strolling through a park, commuting to work, or simply moving from one room to another, walking offers a chance to reconnect with your body and surroundings. Focus on the rhythm of your steps, the sensation of your feet making contact with the ground, and the movement of your legs. If you're outside, notice the sights, sounds, and smells around you, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the fresh breeze. Walking mindfully anchors you in the here and now, providing a much-needed break from the constant chatter of your mind. Even seemingly insignificant activities like brushing your teeth or waiting in line can become mindful moments. When brushing your teeth, feel the bristles against your gums, the minty freshness of the toothpaste, and the motion of your hand. While waiting in line, instead of reaching for your phone or feeling impatient, use the time to check in with yourself. take a few deep breaths, relax your shoulders, and observe the environment around you. These small acts of awareness accumulate over time, creating a sense of stability and ease that permeates your entire day. One of the greatest benefits of mindfulness is its ability to reduce stress. When you're fully present, you stop ruminating about past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties. You give your mind a break from its relentless commentary and allow yourself to rest in the simplicity of the moment. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or responsibilities. It means facing them with clarity and composure. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed at work, pause for a moment, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and bring your attention back to the task at hand. By focusing on what you can control right now, you regain a sense of agency and confidence. Mindfulness also enhances emotional regulation. When difficult emotions arise, anger, frustration, sadness, you have a choice in how you respond. Instead of reacting impulsively, mindfulness encourages you to pause and observe what's happening inside you. Where do you feel the emotion in your body? What thoughts are accompanying it? By acknowledging these sensations without judgment, you create space between stimulus and response. This gap allows you to choose a wiser course of action, one that aligns with your values and supports your well-being. Another powerful aspect of mindfulness is its impact on relationships. When you're fully present with someone, whether it's a loved one, colleague, or stranger, you communicate more effectively and empathetically. Instead of planning your next sentence or getting lost in your own thoughts, listen deeply to what the other person is saying. Notice their tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. Respond with kindness and understanding. This level of attentiveness fosters trust and connection, both with others and with yourself. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine doesn't require drastic changes. Start small by choosing one or two activities to focus on each day. Perhaps it's drinking your morning tea, commuting to work, or spending time with your children. Whatever you choose, commit to being fully present during those moments. Over time, this habit will naturally expand to other areas of your life, creating a ripple effect of awareness and peace. It's important to note that mindfulness isn't about perfection. There will be days when distractions pull you away or when staying present feels impossible. That's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate distractions entirely, it's to notice them and gently return to the present moment. Each time you do this, you strengthen your mental muscles and reinforce your self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can handle whatever arises, no matter how chaotic or overwhelming it may seem. Mindfulness also complements other practices like meditation and Buddhist teachings. While meditation provides a dedicated space to train your mind, mindfulness extends that training into real-world situations. Together they form a powerful duo that helps you navigate life with greater resilience and authenticity. For instance, when you meditate regularly, you develop a heightened awareness of your thoughts and emotions. This awareness makes it easier to recognize triggers and patterns in everyday life, allowing you to respond skillfully rather than react impulsively. Let's talk about the role of gratitude in mindfulness. Gratitude is a natural extension of being present. It invites you to appreciate the goodness in your life, no matter how small. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a sunny morning, a kind word from a friend, or the fact that you woke up healthy and alive. By cultivating gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, fostering a sense of contentment and trust in the flow of life. And nature is another wonderful ally in practicing mindfulness. Spending time outdoors, whether it's hiking in the woods, sitting by a lake, or tending to plants in your garden, reminds you of the interconnectedness of all things. Observe the intricate details of a flower, the vastness of the sky, or the rhythmic crashing of waves. Nature has a way of grounding us and putting our problems into perspective. It reminds us that life is constantly changing and that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Finally, let's address the importance of consistency. Like any skill, mindfulness improves with regular practice. The more you integrate it into your daily life, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll find that mindfulness isn't just something you do, it's a way of being. You'll start to notice subtle shifts in your mindset, such as increased patience, reduced reactivity, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. These changes reinforce your self-trust as you learn to rely on your inner resources rather than external validation. In summary, mindfulness is a powerful tool for enhancing your well-being and building self-trust. By bringing awareness to everyday activities, reducing stress, regulating emotions, and fostering gratitude, you create a foundation for living authentically and peacefully. Whether you're washing dishes, walking in nature, or engaging with others, mindfulness transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities for growth. As we continue exploring the connections between Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, keep these principles in mind. They will guide you toward greater clarity, compassion, and confidence in yourself. Chapter 5: Compassion toward yourself and others. Compassion is one of the most profound and transformative qualities we can cultivate, both for ourselves and for those around us. It's a cornerstone of Buddhist teachings and an essential ingredient in building self-trust and meaningful relationships. At its heart, compassion is about recognizing suffering, whether it's your own or someone else's, and responding with kindness, understanding, and a desire to alleviate that pain. While it might seem like compassion is directed outward, it begins within. Learning to be compassionate toward yourself is the foundation for extending that same care to others. This chapter will explore why self-compassion matters, how to practice it, and how it strengthens your ability to trust yourself while fostering deeper connections with the world. Let's start by addressing a common misconception. Many people believe that being kind to themselves is selfish or indulgent. In reality, self-compassion is neither. It's about treating yourself with the same warmth and care you'd offer a close friend who's struggling. Think about it. If a loved one came to you feeling overwhelmed, would you criticize them for their mistakes or tell them they're unworthy of support? Of course not. You'd listen attentively, validate their feelings, and encourage them to take steps toward healing. Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we often default to harsh self-criticism, perfectionism, or even neglect. Self-compassion flips this script. It reminds us that we are worthy of love and understanding, not because we've achieved something extraordinary, but simply because we exist. The practice of self-compassion has 3 key components, as outlined by researcher Dr. Kristin Neff: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self-kindness means replacing self-judgment with gentleness. Instead of berating yourself for falling short, acknowledge your struggles and offer yourself comfort. Common humanity involves recognizing that suffering and imperfection are universal experiences. You're not alone in your challenges. Everyone faces difficulties at some point. Mindfulness ties these elements together by encouraging you to observe your pain without exaggerating or suppressing it. Together, these components create a balanced approach to self-compassion that nurtures resilience and trust. So, how do you begin practicing self-compassion? One powerful tool is loving kindness meditation, also known as metta meditation in Buddhism. This practice involves silently repeating phrases of goodwill toward yourself and others. To try it, find a quiet space and settle into a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Then silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease." As you say these words, imagine sending love and kindness to yourself. If this feels challenging at first, that's okay. It takes time to rewire ingrained patterns of self-criticism. Be patient and gentle with yourself as you practice. Once you've cultivated compassion for yourself, you can extend it to others. Start with people you care about, family members, friends, colleagues, and visualize them receiving the same wishes for happiness, health, safety, and ease. Gradually expand your circle of compassion to include acquaintances, strangers, and even those with whom you have conflicts. This doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. It means wishing for the well-being of all beings, regardless of your personal relationship with them. Over time, this practice softens your heart and broadens your perspective, helping you see the interconnectedness of humanity. Why does compassion matter so much for self-trust? The answer lies in how it transforms your inner dialogue. When you treat yourself with kindness, you stop undermining your confidence with negative self-talk. Instead, you build a supportive internal environment where trust can flourish. For example, imagine making a mistake at work. Without self-compassion, you might spiral into self-blame, questioning your competence and fearing judgment from others. With self-compassion, you acknowledge the error, learn from it, and remind yourself that mistakes are part of growth. This mindset empowers you to trust your ability to handle setbacks and move forward with grace. Compassion also helps you navigate difficult emotions more skillfully. Pain, frustration, and disappointment are inevitable parts of life, but how you respond to them makes all the difference. When you meet these emotions with compassion, you create space to process them rather than pushing them away or letting them overwhelm you. For instance, if you're feeling anxious, instead of labeling yourself as weak or inadequate, you might say, "This is a tough moment, and it's okay to feel this way. I'm here for myself." This simple act of acknowledgement reduces the intensity of the emotion and allows you to approach it with curiosity rather than fear. Another benefit of compassion is its ripple effect. When you treat yourself with kindness, it naturally spills over into your interactions with others. People pick up on your energy. They sense when you're grounded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. This creates an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect. Whether you're communicating with a partner, resolving a conflict at work, or simply smiling at a stranger. By embodying compassion, you inspire those around you to do the same, creating a positive feedback loop that benefits everyone involved. Let's delve deeper into the concept of common humanity. So much of our suffering stems from feelings of isolation. We believe we're the only ones struggling or that our problems are uniquely burdensome. But the truth is, everyone experiences hardship in some form. Recognizing this shared vulnerability breaks down barriers and fosters connection. It reminds us that we're not alone and that asking for help or leaning on others is a sign of strength, not weakness. When you embrace this perspective, you develop greater empathy for yourself and others, which reinforces your self-trust. You realize that seeking support is a courageous act, not a failure. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in cultivating compassion. Without awareness, it's easy to overlook the subtle signs of suffering in ourselves and in others. Mindfulness trains us to notice these cues and respond with care. For example, during a stressful day, you might catch yourself clenching your jaw or holding tension in your shoulders. Instead of ignoring these signals, you can pause, breathe deeply, and offer yourself soothing words or gestures. Similarly, when interacting with someone who seems distant or upset, mindfulness enables you to tune into their body language, tone of voice, or facial expressions. This heightened sensitivity allows you to respond with empathy and authenticity. Loving-kindness meditation isn't the only way to practice compassion. Acts of service, generosity, and active listening are equally valuable. Volunteering your time, offering a helping hand, or simply being fully present for someone in need are tangible ways to express compassion. These actions not only benefit others but also reinforce your sense of purpose and self-worth. They remind you that you have the power to make a difference, however small, and that your contributions matter. This sense of agency strengthens your self-trust as you see firsthand the impact of your efforts. It's worth noting that compassion doesn't always come easily. There may be times when you resist showing kindness to yourself or others, especially if you're dealing with anger, resentment, or burnout. That's perfectly normal. Compassion is a muscle that grows stronger with use, and it's okay to start small. Even tiny gestures, a reassuring touch on your arm, a kind word to a coworker, or a moment of gratitude for your own resilience can plant seeds of change. Over time, these seeds blossom into a garden of compassion that nourishes your spirit and enriches your life. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of compassion through teachings like the Brahma Viharas or divine abodes, loving kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, sympathetic joy, mudita and equanimity, upekkha. Each of these qualities supports emotional balance and fosters harmony within and around you. Loving kindness focuses on spreading goodwill, while compassion addresses suffering directly. Sympathetic joy celebrates the successes and happiness of others, countering envy or jealousy. Equanimity cultivates calm acceptance, allowing you to remain steady in the face of life's ups and downs. Together, these practices form a holistic framework for living with compassion and grace. Sympathetic joy, in particular, is a beautiful antidote to comparison and competition. In a world that often glorifies achievement and status, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring yourself against others. Sympathetic joy invites you to shift your focus from scarcity to abundance, to genuinely rejoice in the accomplishments and joys of others without feeling threatened. This mindset not only enhances your relationships but also boosts your self-trust. When you celebrate others' successes, you affirm your belief in the limitless potential of humanity, including your own. Equanimity complements compassion by providing stability and perspective. Life is full of highs and lows, and clinging too tightly to either extreme can lead to suffering. Equanimity teaches you to hold experiences lightly, appreciating moments of joy without clinging to them and facing challenges without despair. This balanced approach builds resilience and reinforces your self-trust as you learn to navigate life's fluctuations with poise and wisdom. Finally, let's address the role of boundaries in compassion. Some people worry that being compassionate means sacrificing their own needs or tolerating harmful behavior. In reality, true compassion includes setting healthy boundaries, saying no when necessary, advocating for yourself, and prioritizing your well-being are acts of self-respect, not selfishness. By honoring your limits, you model compassion in action. You demonstrate that caring for yourself enables you to care for others more effectively. This alignment between values and actions deepens your self-trust and strengthens your relationships. In summary, compassion is a cornerstone of personal growth and interpersonal connection. By practicing self-compassion, engaging in loving kindness meditation, and embracing the principles of common humanity and mindfulness, you lay the groundwork for a life filled with kindness, understanding, and trust. Compassion bridges the gap between self-care and service, reminding you that nurturing your own well-being empowers you to contribute positively to the world. As we continue exploring the intersections of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these insights with you. Let them guide you toward greater compassion for yourself, for others, and for the vast web of life that connects us all. Chapter 6. Letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is one of the most pervasive and insidious obstacles to self-trust, happiness, and fulfillment. It's a mindset that whispers we're never good enough, that we must strive endlessly for flawlessness in order to be worthy of love, success, or peace. But here's the truth: perfection doesn't exist. Life is inherently messy, unpredictable, and imperfect, and that's what makes it beautiful. Learning to let go of perfectionism isn't just about easing stress. It's about reclaiming your power, embracing your humanity, and trusting yourself to navigate life with authenticity and grace. In this chapter, we'll explore why perfectionism holds us back, how it manifests in our lives, and practical steps to release its grip. Let's begin by understanding what perfectionism really is. At its core, perfectionism is the relentless pursuit of unattainable standards. It's not about excelling or striving for excellence. It's about fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being seen as inadequate. Perfectionists often believe that if they can just do everything right, they'll finally feel secure, validated, or loved. But no matter how much they achieve, the sense of satisfaction is fleeting because the goalposts keep moving. There's always another task to complete, another flaw to fix, another expectation to meet. This cycle leaves you exhausted, disconnected from yourself, and trapped in a constant state of dissatisfaction. The roots of perfectionism often lie in childhood experiences. Many perfectionists were raised in environments where love, approval, or safety felt conditional, where mistakes were met with criticism or punishment rather than understanding and support. Over time, these early messages shape a belief system. I am only valuable if I perform perfectly. While this mindset may have helped you survive certain situations growing up, it becomes a barrier to self-trust and well-being as an adult. By clinging to perfectionism, you deny yourself permission to be human, to make mistakes, take risks, and grow through trial and error. One of the most damaging effects of perfectionism is how it erodes self-trust. When you hold yourself to impossible standards, you send a message to your inner self that you're not enough as you are. You start doubting your instinct, second-guessing your decisions, and seeking external validation at every turn. This reliance on outside approval weakens your ability to trust your own judgment. Instead of listening to your inner wisdom, you defer to societal expectations, other people's opinions, or arbitrary metrics of success. Breaking free from perfectionism means learning to reconnect with your authentic self, the part of you that knows you're already whole, already worthy, regardless of external achievements. So, how do you begin letting go of perfectionism? The first step is awareness. Start by noticing when perfectionist tendencies show up in your life. Do you procrastinate because you're afraid of doing something imperfectly? Do you obsess over details, redoing tasks until they feel just right? Do you compare yourself to others, feeling inadequate when you don't measure up? These behaviors are clues that perfectionism is at play. Simply becoming aware of them is a powerful first step toward change. Once you've identified these patterns, challenge the beliefs behind them. Ask yourself, who set these standards? Are they realistic? Do they align with my values and goals? Or are they imposed by external forces? Often we adopt expectations without questioning whether they truly serve us. For example, maybe you believe you need to excel in every area of your life, career, relationships, hobbies, fitness. But deep down, you know this is unsustainable. Releasing perfectionism involves redefining success on your own terms, based on what brings you joy, meaning, and fulfillment, not what pleases others. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in overcoming perfectionism. Perfectionists tend to live in their heads, caught up in endless loops of analysis, comparison, and self-criticism. Mindfulness invites you to come back to the present moment, where life actually happens. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong or how things should be, mindfulness encourages you to engage fully with what is. For instance, if you're working on a project and notice yourself obsessing over minor flaws, pause, take a deep breath, feel the sensations in your body, remind yourself that done is better than perfect. This shift in perspective allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that progress matters more than perfection. Another key aspect of letting go of perfectionism is embracing impermanence, a central teaching in Buddhism. Everything in life is transient. Our thoughts, emotions, accomplishments, even our very existence. Clinging to perfection is ultimately futile because nothing lasts forever. Understanding this truth liberates you from the need to control outcomes. Instead of fixating on achieving some ideal result, focus on the process itself, the effort, creativity, and growth that come from trying your best. Trust that whatever arises will teach you something valuable, even if it's not what you initially hoped for. Self-compassion is also essential in releasing perfectionism. As we discussed in the previous chapter, self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness, recognizing your shared humanity, and staying mindful of your struggles. When you stumble or fall short of your expectations, instead of berating yourself, offer words of encouragement. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. Use setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than proof of inadequacy. Over time, this compassionate approach builds resilience and strengthens your self-trust as you see that you can handle imperfection with grace. Letting go of perfectionism also requires setting healthy boundaries with external pressures. Social media, advertising, and cultural norms often perpetuate unrealistic ideals of beauty, productivity, and success. These messages can fuel perfectionist tendencies, making you feel like you're falling behind unless you conform. To counteract this influence, curate your environment mindfully. Unfollow accounts that trigger feelings of inadequacy, limit exposure to toxic comparisons, and surround yourself with people who celebrate authenticity over achievement. By creating space for genuine connection and self-expression, you reinforce your ability to trust your unique path. It's important to acknowledge that letting go of perfectionism doesn't mean lowering your standards or giving up on growth. On the contrary, it frees you to pursue excellence in a healthier, more sustainable way. Without the paralyzing fear of failure, you become more willing to take risks, experiment, and innovate. You stop viewing mistakes as failures and start seeing them as stepping stones to mastery. This mindset fosters creativity, curiosity, and a deeper sense of purpose, all qualities that enhance your self-trust and overall well-being. Practicing gratitude is another powerful antidote to perfectionism. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, helping you appreciate the beauty in imperfection. Each day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, or the opportunity to rest after a long day. By cultivating gratitude, you train your mind to find joy in the present moment, rather than constantly chasing an elusive ideal. Another helpful practice is reframing failure. Society often stigmatizes failure, associating it with weakness or incompetence. But in reality, failure is one of the greatest teachers. Every misstep carries a lesson if you're open to receiving it. Instead of viewing failure as evidence of inadequacy, see it as proof that you're taking action, pushing boundaries, and growing. Celebrate your courage for trying, even if the outcome wasn't what you envisioned. This perspective reinforces your self-trust as you realize that your worth isn't tied to external results. Letting go of perfectionism also involves embracing vulnerability. Perfectionists often avoid showing their true selves out of fear of judgment or rejection. They hide behind polished facades, believing that exposing their flaws will lead to criticism. But vulnerability is where real connection happens. When you allow yourself to be seen, imperfections and all, you create space for intimacy, empathy, and belonging. Brené Brown, a researcher on vulnerability, says it beautifully. Vulnerability is not winning or losing, it's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. By practicing vulnerability, you deepen your self-trust and strengthen your relationships. Finally, remember that letting go of perfectionism is a journey, not a destination. It's unlikely that you'll wake up one morning completely free from perfectionist tendencies. What matters is your willingness to keep showing up, challenging old habits, and choosing compassion over criticism. Celebrate small victories along the way. For example, completing a task without obsessing over every detail, speaking kindly to yourself after a mistake, or simply acknowledging your imperfections with acceptance. Each step forward is a testament to your strength and resilience. In summary, perfectionism is a deeply ingrained pattern that holds many of us back from living authentically and trusting ourselves. By cultivating awareness, practicing mindfulness, embracing impermanence, and fostering self-compassion, you can begin to loosen its grip. Redefine success on your own terms, set boundaries with external pressures, and celebrate the beauty of imperfection. As you continue exploring the intersections of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these insights with you. Let them guide you toward greater freedom, creativity, and self-trust. Remember, you are enough exactly as you are, and that's a truth worth celebrating. Chapter 7, Building Resilience Through Adversity. Life is unpredictable, and adversity is an inevitable part of the human experience. Whether it's a personal loss, a professional setback, or a global crisis, challenges have a way of testing our limits and reshaping who we are. But here's the good news. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can cultivate. By drawing on Buddhist teachings, meditation practices, and mindfulness, you can learn to navigate adversity with courage, clarity, and compassion. This chapter will explore how to build resilience from within so you can face life's difficulties with greater trust in yourself and a deeper sense of peace. Let's start by understanding what resilience truly means. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about adapting to hardship, finding meaning in struggle, and emerging stronger than before. Think of resilience as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you encounter a challenge and respond with awareness and intention, you reinforce your capacity to handle future obstacles. Over time, this builds self-trust, as you realize that you have the inner resources to persevere, no matter what arises. Buddhism offers profound insights into resilience through its teachings on suffering, impermanence, and interconnectedness. The First Noble Truth reminds us that suffering is an inherent part of life. While this may sound bleak, it's actually liberating. When we accept that pain is unavoidable, we stop resisting it and open ourselves to the possibility of transformation. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we begin to ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective empowers us to approach adversity not as a punishment, but as an opportunity for growth. Impermanence is another cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy and a powerful ally in building resilience. Everything in life is transient. Joy, sorrow, success, failure, all of it comes and goes. When we cling to pleasant experiences or resist unpleasant ones, we create additional suffering for ourselves. By embracing impermanence, we learn to let go of attachment and aversion, trusting that even the darkest moments will eventually pass. This understanding provides solace during difficult times, reminding us that change is the only constant and that brighter days lie ahead. Interconnectedness also plays a vital role in fostering resilience. Buddhism teaches that all beings are connected. We are part of a vast web of life, influencing and being influenced by one another. This recognition helps us see adversity not as an isolated burden, but as a shared human experience. Knowing that others have faced similar struggles and survived can inspire hope and determination. It also encourages us to seek support when needed, whether from friends, family, or community. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's an acknowledgement of our interdependence and a testament to our strength in leaning on others. Mindfulness is one of the most effective tools for building resilience. When adversity strikes, it's easy to get swept away by fear, anger, or despair. Mindfulness anchors us in the present moment, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For example, if you're dealing with a stressful situation at work, instead of spiraling into worst-case scenarios, pause, take a few deep breaths. Notice the sensations in your body, the thoughts racing through your mind, the emotions bubbling up inside you. Simply observing these experiences without judgment creates space for clarity and calm. From this grounded place, you can make wiser decisions and take constructive action. Meditation complements mindfulness by training the mind to stay steady amidst chaos. Regular meditation practice strengthens your ability to tolerate discomfort and uncertainty, qualities essential for resilience. Imagine sitting quietly while waves of anxiety or frustration wash over you. Instead of fighting these feelings, you observe them, knowing they will rise and fall like clouds in the sky. This mental fortitude translates into real-life situations, enabling you to face challenges with equanimity and grace. Over time, meditation becomes a refuge, a safe space where you can recharge and reconnect with your inner strength. Another key aspect of resilience is reframing adversity as a teacher. Every difficulty carries lessons that can deepen your wisdom, empathy, and self-awareness. For instance, losing a job might feel devastating in the moment, but it could lead to new opportunities, personal growth, or a renewed sense of purpose. A failed relationship might teach you important lessons about boundaries, communication, or self-love. By viewing challenges through this lens, you transform pain into fuel for growth. You begin to trust that even the hardest moments serve a greater purpose. guiding you toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Self-compassion is equally critical in building resilience. During tough times, it's tempting to criticize ourselves for perceived shortcomings or mistakes. But self-compassion reminds us that we're doing the best we can with the resources we have. Treat yourself with kindness, just as you would a dear friend going through a rough patch. Acknowledge your pain, validate your feelings, and offer words of encouragement. Remind yourself that suffering is part of the human condition. You're not alone in your struggles. This compassionate approach softens the blow of adversity and reinforces your self-trust as you learn to rely on your own care and support. Building resilience also involves cultivating gratitude, even in the midst of hardship. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means finding small moments of light amid the darkness. For example, if you're grieving a loss, you might feel grateful for memories shared with your loved one. If you're recovering from an illness, you might appreciate the progress you've made, however incremental. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, helping you find beauty and meaning in unexpected places. This practice strengthens your resilience, as it reminds you that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how dire circumstances may seem. Equanimity, or mental calmness and composure, is another quality that supports resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and clinging too tightly to either extreme can leave you feeling unmoored. Equanimity teaches you to hold experiences lightly, appreciating moments of joy without clinging to them and facing challenges without despair. This balanced approach builds emotional stability and reinforces your self-trust as you learn to navigate life's fluctuations with poise and wisdom. Meditation practices like loving kindness, metta, and breath-focused techniques are excellent ways to cultivate equanimity, training your mind to remain steady regardless of external conditions. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. After a setback, many people strive to return to the previous state, hoping to erase the pain or undo the damage. But true resilience involves integrating the experience into your life, using it as a catalyst for growth. Ask yourself, how has this challenge changed me? What strengths or insights have I gained? How can I use this experience to help others? These questions guide you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose, transforming adversity into a stepping stone for evolution. Community and connection are also vital for resilience. No one thrives in isolation, especially during difficult times. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, those who listen without judgment, offer practical help, or simply remind you that you're not alone. Sharing your story with trusted individuals can lighten the load, providing relief and perspective. Conversely, offering support to others strengthens your resilience, as acts of kindness foster a sense of purpose and belonging. Remember, resilience isn't a solo endeavor, it's a collective effort, woven together by the threads of human connection. Another practical strategy for building resilience is developing problem-solving skills. Adversity often feels overwhelming because we don't know where to start or how to move forward. Breaking problems into smaller, manageable steps can make them feel less daunting. For example, if you're overwhelmed by financial stress, create a budget, reach out to a financial advisor, or explore side income opportunities. Taking concrete actions restores a sense of control and agency, reinforcing your self-trust. Even small victories contribute to a larger sense of accomplishment, boosting your confidence and motivation. Humor and creativity are underrated yet powerful tools for resilience. Finding humor in difficult situations doesn't diminish their seriousness. It lightens the emotional load, making challenges feel more bearable. Similarly, engaging in creative activities like writing, painting, or music allows you to process emotions and express yourself in meaningful ways. Creativity taps into your innate resourcefulness, reminding you that you have the power to reimagine your circumstances and find solutions. Both humor and creativity infuse adversity with a sense of playfulness and possibility, helping you maintain perspective and hope. Finally, let's talk about the importance of patience and persistence. Building resilience takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. There will be moments when you feel discouraged, when old patterns resurface, or when progress seems slow. That's okay. Trust the process and trust yourself. Know that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to greater strength and resilience. Celebrate your efforts, honor your journey, and keep moving forward, one mindful step at a time. In summary, adversity is an unavoidable part of life, but it's also a powerful teacher. By embracing Buddhist teachings, practicing mindfulness and meditation, and fostering qualities like gratitude, self-compassion, and equanimity, you can build resilience from within. Reframe challenges as opportunities for growth, lean on your community for support, and trust in your ability to adapt and thrive. As we continue exploring the intersections of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these principles with you. Let them guide you toward greater courage, clarity, and self-trust so you can face life's storms with unwavering strength and grace. Chapter 8. Creating a daily routine. Creating a daily routine is one of the most practical and impactful ways to integrate Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness into your life. A well-crafted routine doesn't just help you stay organized. It provides structure, consistency, and a sense of purpose that supports your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. When designed thoughtfully, your routine becomes a sacred rhythm, a framework for living with intention and trust in yourself. In this chapter, we'll explore how to build a daily routine that aligns with your values, nurtures your inner growth, and helps you navigate life with greater ease and clarity. Let's begin by understanding why routines are so powerful. Humans thrive on predictability. While spontaneity has its place, having a predictable structure reduces decision fatigue and creates a sense of stability. Without a routine, it's easy to feel scattered or overwhelmed, constantly reacting to external demands rather than proactively shaping your day. A mindful routine, however, allows you to take control of your time and energy, ensuring that your actions reflect your priorities. By dedicating specific moments to practices like meditation, reflection, and self-care, you create space for personal growth and self-trust to flourish. The foundation of a meaningful routine lies in aligning it with your values. Take a moment to reflect. What matters most to you? Is it health, creativity, connection, learning, or something else entirely? Once you identify your core values, use them as a guidepost for designing your day. For example, if physical well-being is important to you, make movement, whether it's yoga, walking, or stretching, a non-negotiable part of your routine. If nurturing relationships is a priority, carve out time to connect with loved ones, even if it's just a quick phone call or message. By structuring your day around what truly matters, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment and alignment that strengthens your self-trust. One of the first steps in creating a routine is establishing a morning practice. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Instead of jumping straight into emails or social media, give yourself permission to ease into the day mindfully. Begin with a few minutes of meditation or deep breathing. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and set an intention for the hours ahead. This simple act centers your mind, calms your nervous system, and prepares you to face challenges with resilience. You might also incorporate journaling into your morning ritual, jotting down thoughts, gratitudes, or goals. Writing helps clarify your thoughts and reinforces your commitment to your values. Mindful movement is another essential component of a balanced routine. Physical activity isn't just about fitness, it's about connecting with your body and releasing pent-up tension. Whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or dancing to your favorite music, moving your body boosts your mood, sharpens your focus, and enhances your overall vitality. Try to schedule movement at a time when you're likely to stick with it consistently. Some people prefer exercising in the morning to energize their day, while others find evening workouts more relaxing. Listen to your body and honor its rhythms. Another key element of a mindful routine is carving out time for self-care. Self-care isn't indulgent, it's necessary. It's about replenishing your energy reserves so you can show up fully for yourself and others. Self-care looks different for everyone. Could be taking a warm bath, reading a book, practicing gratitude, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea. The important thing is to prioritize activities that nourish your soul and remind you of your worth. When you treat yourself with kindness and care, you reinforce your self-trust, knowing that you'll always be there for yourself, no matter what happens externally. Work and productivity, where you're on to, are inevitable parts of most people's routines, but they don't have to dominate your day. One of the most common pitfalls is overworking, believing that busyness equals success. Buddhism teaches us the importance of balance, the middle way avoiding extremes of indulgence or deprivation. To apply this principle, set clear boundaries around your work hours. Use tools like timers or task lists to stay focused and efficient, and step away when your designated work period ends. During breaks, engage in restorative activities like stretching, meditating, or stepping outside for fresh air. These pauses not only prevent burnout, but also enhance your creativity and problem-solving abilities. Mindful eating deserves special attention in any routine. So often, meals become rushed or distracted affairs, eaten while scrolling through our phones or multitasking. But food is more than fuel. It's an opportunity to connect with the present moment and appreciate the nourishment your body receives. Before eating, take a moment to express gratitude for the meal in front of you. Chew slowly, savoring each bite, and notice the flavors, textures, and aromas. Eating mindfully improves digestion, fosters a healthier relationship with food, and reminds you to slow down and enjoy life's simple pleasures. Evenings offer another chance to deepen your mindfulness practice. As the day winds down, transition from activity to stillness with a calming bedtime routine. Avoid screens at least an hour before bed, opting instead for activities that promote relaxation. You might read a book, listen to soothing music, or write in a gratitude journal. Reflect on your day, what went well, what challenged you, and what lessons you learned. This practice helps you process emotions, celebrate successes, and prepare for restful sleep. Ending your day intentionally ensures that you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to embrace whatever comes next. Consistency is crucial when building a routine, but flexibility is equally important. Life is unpredictable, and rigid adherence to a schedule can lead to frustration when things don't go as planned. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for progress. If you miss a meditation session or skip your workout, don't berate yourself. Acknowledge the misstep without judgment and gently return to your routine the next day. Trust that small, consistent efforts compound over time, creating lasting change. Technology plays a dual role in modern routines. On one hand, it can be a valuable tool for organization and productivity. Apps for meditation, habit tracking, or time management can support your journey. On the other hand, excessive screen time can drain your energy and distract you from meaningful experiences. To strike a healthy balance, designate tech-free periods throughout your day. Use these moments to connect with yourself, nature, or others. For instance, leave your phone behind during walks or turn off notifications during meals. By setting boundaries with technology, you reclaim your attention and deepen your presence. A mindful routine also includes moments of stillness and silence. In our hyper-connected world, noise is constant, from conversations and traffic to notifications and entertainment. While stimulation has its place, too much of it can overwhelm your senses and deplete your mental resources. Intentionally incorporating quiet time into your day restores balance and fosters introspection. Whether it's sitting in meditation, lying down for a brief nap, or simply gazing out the window, silence invites you to reconnect with your inner self. Over time, these pauses become cherished opportunities for reflection and renewal. Accountability is another factor that enhances the effectiveness of your routine. Sharing your intentions with someone you trust, a friend, family member, or coach, can motivate you to stay committed. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals creates a gentle pressure to follow through. Alternatively, you might join a community or group dedicated to similar practices, such as a meditation circle or fitness class. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals amplifies your motivation and provides a source of encouragement during challenging times. Finally, remember that your routine is a living, evolving entity. As your needs, circumstances, and priorities shift, so too should your schedule. Regularly review your routine to ensure it continues to serve you. Are there activities that no longer bring joy or value? Can you introduce new practices that align with your current goals? Be open to experimentation and adaptation. The beauty of a mindful routine lies in its ability to grow alongside you, reflecting your unique journey towards self-discovery and trust. In summary, creating a daily routine infused with mindfulness, meditation, and Buddhist principles transforms ordinary days into extraordinary opportunities for growth and connection. By aligning your schedule with your values, prioritizing self-care, and embracing flexibility, you lay the groundwork for a life filled with purpose and peace. Your routine becomes a container for cultivating self-trust, resilience, and compassion for yourself and for the world around you. As we continue exploring the intersections of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these insights with you. Let them inspire you to design a routine that honors your humanity, celebrates your potential, and guides you toward greater authenticity and fulfillment. Chapter 9. Reducing Stress at Work. Work is an integral part of life for most of us, but it can also be one of the greatest sources of stress. Deadlines, expectations, office politics, and the constant pressure to perform can leave us feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and disconnected from ourselves. Yet, work doesn't have to be a source of suffering. It can be a space where we grow, contribute meaningfully, and even find joy. By applying Buddhist teachings, mindfulness practices, and meditation techniques, you can transform your relationship with work, reducing stress and fostering a sense of calm, clarity, and self-trust in even the most challenging environments. In this chapter, we'll explore practical strategies to help you navigate workplace stress with grace and resilience. Let's start by addressing the root causes of work-related stress. At its core, stress arises from our perception of events rather than the events themselves. When we feel overwhelmed, it's often because we're attaching excessive importance to outcomes or believing that we lack control over our circumstances. Buddhism teaches us that much of our suffering stems from attachment, clinging to specific results, identities, or ideals, and aversion, resisting what is. By shifting our mindset, we can reduce the impact of external pressures and cultivate inner peace, regardless of how chaotic our surroundings may seem. One of the most effective ways to manage stress at work is through mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to stay present and grounded, even in high-pressure situations. Instead of getting swept away by anxious thoughts about deadlines or conflicts, mindfulness invites you to focus on the task at hand. For example, if you're preparing for a big presentation, instead of worrying about how others will perceive you, direct your attention to the content you're creating. Break the project into manageable steps, focusing on one thing at a time. This approach not only improves productivity but also reduces anxiety, as you're no longer trying to juggle multiple concerns simultaneously. Meditation is another powerful tool for managing workplace stress. Taking just 5 minutes during your lunch break or before starting your day to sit quietly and breathe deeply can reset your nervous system and clear your mind. If closing your eyes feels impractical in a busy office, try a seated meditation with soft focus. Gaze gently downward or keep your eyes slightly open while maintaining awareness of your breath. Alternatively, you can practice walking meditation during breaks, moving slowly and deliberately while paying attention to the sensations in your feet and legs. These short but consistent practices build mental resilience, enabling you to handle stress more skillfully. Another key aspect of reducing stress at work is setting healthy boundaries. Many people fall into the trap of overcommitting, saying yes to every request, out of fear of disappointing others or appearing uncooperative. However, constantly stretching yourself thin leads to burnout and diminishes your ability to perform well. Instead, practice saying no when necessary or negotiate timelines and responsibilities to ensure they align with your capacity. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's an act of self-respect that protects your energy and enhances your effectiveness. When you communicate your limits clearly and kindly, you model professionalism and integrity, earning respect from colleagues and supervisors alike. Mindful communication is another cornerstone of stress reduction in the workplace. Misunderstandings, conflicts, and tension often arise when we react impulsively or fail to listen attentively. Mindfulness transforms interactions by encouraging active listening and thoughtful responses. Before speaking, pause and consider whether your words are constructive and aligned with your intentions. During meetings or conversations, give the other person your full attention. Avoid multitasking or interrupting. Notice their tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions, which provide valuable context beyond their words. By fostering open, empathetic communication, you create a supportive environment that minimizes misunderstandings and strengthens relationships. Equanimity, the ability to remain calm and composed amidst challenges, is particularly relevant in the workplace. Whether it's navigating a difficult conversation, receiving critical feedback, or dealing with unexpected setbacks, equanimity helps you maintain perspective. Instead of reacting emotionally, take a moment to breathe and assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself, is this issue truly urgent, or am I magnifying its importance? Will it matter in a week, a month, or a year? This reflective pause prevents knee-jerk reactions and empowers you to respond with wisdom and poise. Over time, practicing equanimity builds confidence in your ability to handle adversity, reinforcing your self-trust. Self-compassion plays a vital role in managing workplace stress as well. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism when things don't go as planned. A missed deadline, a botched proposal, or a tense interaction with a coworker can trigger feelings of inadequacy. Instead of berating yourself, offer compassion and understanding. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd extend to a colleague facing a similar challenge. This compassionate approach reduces shame and self-doubt, allowing you to learn from setbacks and move forward with renewed determination. Another strategy for reducing stress is reframing how you view challenges. Rather than seeing obstacles as threats, reframe them as opportunities for growth. For instance, if you're assigned a complex project outside your comfort zone, instead of dreading it, embrace it as a chance to develop new skills and expand your expertise. Similarly, critical feedback, though initially uncomfortable, can be a valuable tool for improvement. Approach it with curiosity and gratitude, asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this insight to become better? By adopting a growth mindset, you shift your focus from fear to possibility, transforming stress into motivation. Creating a mindful workspace is another way to reduce stress. Your physical environment significantly influences your mental state, so design your workspace to promote calm and focus. Declutter your desk, organize your materials, and incorporate elements that inspire you, such as plants, artwork, or meaningful objects. Natural light and fresh air are particularly beneficial, so position yourself near a window if possible, or take regular outdoor breaks. You might also use soothing scents like lavender or eucalyptus to create a relaxing atmosphere. A harmonious workspace fosters creativity and reduces distractions, helping you stay centered throughout the day. Time management is another crucial factor in reducing workplace stress. Poorly managed time often leads to rushed deadlines, missed opportunities, and unnecessary pressure. To avoid these pitfalls, prioritize tasks using tools like the Eisenhower matrix, which categorizes activities based on urgency and importance. Focus on completing high-priority items first, delegating or postponing less critical tasks. Use timers or apps to stay focused during work sessions, and schedule regular breaks to recharge. Breaking large projects into smaller, achievable steps prevents overwhelm and gives you a sense of accomplishment along the way. Mindful transitions are often overlooked but incredibly impactful for reducing stress. The moments between tasks, switching from emails to meetings, commuting to and from work, or ending your day, can either amplify stress or provide relief, depending on how you approach them. Instead of rushing from one activity to the next, take a few seconds to pause and reset. Take 3 deep breaths, stretch your body, or silently acknowledge the completion of one task before moving on to the next. These small rituals create a buffer between activities, preventing mental fatigue and promoting presence. Gratitude is another powerful antidote to workplace stress. While it's easy to focus on frustrations or shortcomings, cultivating gratitude shifts your perspective toward positivity and abundance. Each day, identify 3 things you're grateful for related to your job. It could be a supportive colleague, a successful outcome, or simply the opportunity to learn and grow. Writing these reflections in a journal or sharing them with someone reinforces their impact, reminding you of the good aspects of your work life. Gratitude not only reduces stress but also enhances job satisfaction and overall well-being. Finally, let's talk about the importance of integrating mindfulness and meditation into your long-term career strategy. While immediate stress relief is valuable, sustained success requires ongoing self-awareness and adaptability. Regular mindfulness practice sharpens your emotional intelligence, improving your ability to collaborate effectively, lead with empathy, and make sound decisions. Meditation enhances creativity, problem-solving, and innovation by quieting the noise of overthinking and accessing deeper levels of insight. Together, these practices position you as a resilient, adaptable professional capable of thriving in any environment. In summary, reducing stress at work is not about eliminating challenges, it's about changing how you relate to them. By incorporating mindfulness, meditation, and Buddhist principles into your daily routine, you can cultivate equanimity, self-compassion, and clarity, even in the face of adversity. Set healthy boundaries, practice mindful communication, and reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. Create a workspace that supports your well-being, manage your time wisely, and embrace gratitude as a daily habit. Over time, these strategies will not only reduce stress, but also deepen your trust in yourself, empowering you to navigate your career with authenticity and purpose. As we continue exploring the intersections of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these insights with you. Let them guide you toward greater balance, fulfillment, and resilience in all areas of your life. Chapter 10: Finding Joy in Simplicity. Finding joy in simplicity is one of the most profound yet overlooked paths to lasting happiness and self-trust. In a world that often equates success with material wealth, busyness, and external achievements, simplicity offers a refreshing alternative, a way to live deeply, authentically, and peacefully. Drawing on Buddhist teachings, mindfulness practices, and meditation techniques, this chapter will explore how embracing simplicity can transform your life, helping you let go of unnecessary burdens and focus on what truly matters. By cultivating gratitude, presence, and contentment, you can create a life filled with meaning, ease, and trust in yourself. Let's begin by examining why simplicity is so powerful. At its essence, simplicity is about stripping away the excess, the distractions, obligations, and possessions that clutter our lives, and focusing on what brings genuine fulfillment. Buddhism teaches us that much of our suffering arises from craving and attachment, our relentless pursuit of more, whether it's money, status, or experiences. This cycle of desire leaves us perpetually unsatisfied, always chasing the next thing without ever feeling truly content. By embracing simplicity, we break free from this cycle, recognizing that true happiness comes not from acquiring more, but from appreciating what we already have. One of the most transformative aspects of simplicity is its ability to reduce stress and overwhelm. Modern life bombards us with endless choices, responsibilities, and stimuli, leaving many people feeling scattered and drained. Simplifying your environment, schedule, and mindset creates space for clarity and calm. For example, Decluttering your home isn't just about organizing physical items, it's about creating a sanctuary that reflects your values and supports your well-being. Similarly, streamlining your commitments ensures that you're dedicating time and energy to activities that align with your priorities rather than spreading yourself too thin. When you simplify, you reclaim control over your life, trusting that less can indeed be more. Mindfulness plays a central role in finding joy in simplicity. Mindfulness invites us to slow down and savor the present moment, noticing the beauty in everyday experiences that we might otherwise overlook. Whether it's the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of birds chirping outside your window, or the taste of a freshly brewed cup of tea, these small moments are rich with potential for joy if only we take the time to notice them. By practicing mindfulness, you train yourself to find contentment in the here and now, rather than constantly striving for future goals or dwelling on past regrets. This shift in perspective fosters a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for life as it unfolds. Meditation complements mindfulness by reinforcing the value of simplicity. Through regular meditation practice, you learn to quiet the mind and connect with your inner stillness. This inner stillness becomes a refuge, a place where you can retreat when life feels chaotic or overwhelming. Meditation also teaches you to observe your thoughts and desires without being controlled by them. Instead of reacting impulsively to cravings or fears, you develop the ability to pause, reflect, and choose actions that align with your deeper values. Over time, this practice builds resilience and self-trust, as you realize that you don't need external validation or possessions to feel whole and fulfilled. Gratitude is another cornerstone of finding joy in simplicity. When you focus on what you already have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a mindset of abundance. Gratitude shifts your attention from scarcity to sufficiency, reminding you that you are enough and that life provides everything you need in each moment. Start by keeping a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day. These could be big or small: a supportive friend, a nourishing meal, or simply the fact that you woke up healthy and alive. Reflecting on these blessings reinforces your connection to the present moment and strengthens your capacity to find joy in simple pleasures. Another key aspect of simplicity is learning to say no to unnecessary distractions and obligations. Many people fall into the trap of overcommitting, believing that saying yes to everything will make them indispensable or successful. However, spreading yourself too thin depletes your energy and dilutes your impact. By setting boundaries and prioritizing what truly matters, you create space for meaningful engagement and deeper connections. Saying no isn't selfish, it's an act of self-care that honors your time and resources. Trust that by doing less you can achieve more, not in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality and significance. Simplicity also extends to your relationship with technology. While digital tools offer incredible convenience and connectivity, they can also become sources of distraction and stress if used excessively. Social media, email, and entertainment apps often pull us away from the present moment, fragmenting our attention and fostering comparison with others. To embrace simplicity, set intentional limits on your screen time. Designate tech-free periods during the day, such as during meals, before bed, or first thing in the morning. Use this time to engage in offline activities like reading, journaling, or spending time in nature. By reclaiming your attention, you deepen your presence and enhance your ability to experience joy in the moment. Nature is one of the greatest teachers of simplicity. Spending time outdoors reminds us of the inherent beauty and harmony of the natural world. Unlike human-made environments, which are often cluttered and artificial, nature operates with effortless simplicity. A single tree, a flowing river, or a vast sky can evoke awe and wonder, reconnecting us to something greater than ourselves. Make it a habit to immerse yourself in nature regularly, whether it's walking in a park, gardening, or simply sitting under the stars. These experiences ground you, providing perspective and reminding you of life's essential rhythms. Minimalism, both as a lifestyle and a philosophy, aligns closely with the principles of simplicity. Minimalism encourages us to let go of possessions, habits, and relationships that no longer serve us, making room for what truly enriches our lives. Decluttering your home, for instance, reduces visual noise and creates a sense of order and peace. Applying minimalism to your wardrobe means owning fewer clothes that you love and wear frequently, rather than a closet full of items you rarely use. Similarly, simplifying your diet by focusing on whole, nourishing foods can improve your health and satisfaction while reducing decision fatigue. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about intentionality, choosing quality over quantity in every area of your life. Another powerful way to find joy in simplicity is through creative expression. Creativity thrives in simplicity because it allows ideas and emotions to flow freely without the constraints of complexity. Whether it's painting, writing, cooking, or playing music, engaging in creative activities taps into your innate resourcefulness and imagination. The process itself becomes a source of joy, independent of the outcome. Moreover, creativity fosters mindfulness, as it requires full immersion in the task at hand. By dedicating time to creative pursuits, you reconnect with your authentic self and discover new layers of fulfillment. Simplicity also involves embracing imperfection and letting go of unrealistic expectations. Perfectionism often stems from a desire to control outcomes and avoid criticism, but it ultimately leads to dissatisfaction and stress. By accepting that life is inherently messy and unpredictable, you open yourself to the possibility of joy in its raw, unpolished form. For example, instead of striving for a perfectly organized home or an immaculate appearance, focus on creating spaces and routines that feel nurturing and functional. Celebrate progress, not perfection, and remind yourself that mistakes and flaws are part of the human experience. Community and connection are integral to finding joy in simplicity. While simplicity emphasizes individual reflection and self-sufficiency, it also recognizes the importance of shared experiences and mutual support. Building strong, meaningful relationships enriches your life far more than accumulating material possessions ever could. Spend time with loved ones, engage in acts of kindness, and contribute to causes that resonate with your values. These interactions remind you of your interconnectedness and reinforce your sense of belonging. They also provide opportunities to practice generosity, compassion, and empathy, all qualities that deepen your trust in yourself and others. Finally, let's talk about the long-term benefits of embracing simplicity. Living simply doesn't mean sacrificing ambition or growth. It means pursuing goals and dreams with clarity and purpose. By eliminating distractions and aligning your actions with your values, you create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. You stop chasing societal ideals and start defining success on your own terms. This alignment builds self-trust as you prove to yourself that you have the wisdom and strength to navigate life with integrity and grace. Over time, simplicity becomes a way of being, a lens through which you view the world and interact with it. In summary, finding joy in simplicity is a journey toward greater authenticity, peace, and self-trust. By letting go of excess, practicing mindfulness and gratitude, and embracing minimalism and imperfection, you create space for what truly matters. Simplify your environment, relationships, and daily routines to reflect your values and priorities. Engage in creative expression, spend time in nature, and nurture meaningful connections with others. Trust that by living simply, you can experience profound joy and fulfillment, even in the midst of life's challenges. As we conclude our exploration of Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, carry these insights with you. Let them inspire you to design a life that honors your humanity, celebrates your potential, and guides you toward greater balance, purpose, and happiness. We've reached the end of our journey together today, a journey through Buddhism, meditation, and mindfulness, all aimed at helping you trust yourself more deeply and live with greater clarity, peace, and purpose. I hope this exploration has resonated with you, offering tools and insights that feel both practical and inspiring. As we bring this video to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered and how it can continue to shape your path forward. At its heart, trusting yourself is about reconnecting with your inner wisdom, the quiet voice within that knows who you are and what you need. It's about letting go of perfectionism, external validation, and the fear of not being enough. Through Buddhist teachings, we learned that suffering arises from attachment and aversion, but that freedom comes when we embrace impermanence, interconnectedness, and compassion. Meditation gave us a way to train our minds, cultivating focus, resilience, and equanimity. And mindfulness invited us to savor the present moment, finding beauty and meaning in even the simplest aspects of life. Each chapter of this video was designed to guide you step by step toward greater self-trust. We explored foundational concepts like the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, delved into practices like loving-kindness meditation and mindful communication, and discussed how to integrate these principles into your daily routine. Along the way, we discovered that simplicity isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a profound act of self-care and empowerment. By focusing on what truly matters, we create space for joy, connection, and fulfillment. As you move forward, remember that growth is a process, not an end point. There will be days when self-doubt creeps back in, when challenges feel insurmountable, or when old habits resurface. That's okay. Trusting yourself doesn't mean never faltering. It means knowing you'll always find your way back. Every breath you take, every moment you spend observing your thoughts without judgment, and every small act of kindness you extend to yourself or others reinforces your ability to navigate life with courage and grace. Let me leave you with a few final reminders. First, be patient with yourself. Change takes time, and transformation happens gradually. Celebrate the small victories along the way, whether it's meditating for 5 minutes, setting a boundary, or simply pausing to breathe during a stressful moment. These moments add up, creating lasting shifts over time. Second, lean into community. You don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, whether they're friends, family, mentors, or fellow seekers on their own journeys. Third, keep practicing gratitude. Even in difficult times, there's always something to be thankful for, an opportunity to grow, a lesson learned, or simply the fact that you're still here, breathing and alive. Before we part ways, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Your presence here is a testament to your willingness to explore, learn, and grow, and that's something worth celebrating. If you found value in this video, consider subscribing to the Mindful Zone for more content like this. Together, we'll continue exploring ways to cultivate mindfulness, build resilience, and live authentically. Now take a deep breath and another. Feel the weight of everything we've discussed settling gently into your heart and mind. Carry these teachings with you, not as rigid rules, but as guiding lights. Trust yourself. You already have everything you need to thrive. Until next time, take care, and may your days ahead be filled with peace, compassion, and unwavering faith in your own strength. Thank you.